Okay, so I'm coming out and putting T-posts down where these wooden stakes are, because as you can see, that one's been knocked down. The one that was down there has been down for quite a while. So I expect with the plowing and everything, or spraying, whatever they did, they knocked it over. So, I mean, this has been surveyed by a professional surveyor. This is where the boundary is. So these wooden stakes are not going to last that long, so I'm putting up actual T-post. I'm going to put some orange on it as well, and this is going to be the boundary. I'm not trying to get them to interfere with what they've got planted, but this road is not a permanent road. You can see it's been moved based on probably potholes and mud holes and stuff, but I need to stake it out. So this is the boundary. I'm going to mark it. I've been trying to get a hold of Rob. I've been trying to get a hold of the farmer that's leasing it, and I'm not having a lot of success communicating. They're not returning messages, calls, whatever. I've sent mail, the plat and everything certified to Rob. I'm not trying to start nothing. I'm just trying to mark the boundary so that I know, so we all know where the boundary is. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Okay, so here's the second one. And I don't know if you can tell, I can kind of see the one I put in down there. And I'm just keeping the line straight. Okay, so this is at the northeast corner. Been plowed. They did a good job. This stake is still there. I don't know whether he knocked it over and put it back up or what, but anyway, it's still there. So I'm not moving anything. I've got the original pictures of the stakes. I have reached out again to the guy who's supposed to be farming this, and I mean, that's a straight line, and you can see where it's kind of moving over as it goes north. Now, one question is, if this line continues, there may be a significant amount of this land that really should be Ron's, but that's between them. I'm just trying to get our land. I'm going to go back down. I'm wondering if I missed one, and then I need to put one at the very, very end. So I just ran into a couple of guys that are working for Eric, who's farming this land for Rob Hutt, and they're fixing to lay out pipe, the plastic, you know, a roll of plastic irrigation pipe. They're fixing to roll that out, but I was just trying to explain to him, you know, what the poles are, why they're there, who I am. Gave him one of my cards with contact information, stuff like that. He seems to be a good guy. I mean, but you know, he's not a decision maker. He's just one of the, I don't know if he's a crew boss or what his position is, but he works for Eric, who's renting the land from Rob Hutt. Anyway, that's what it is. I've got at least, I think I can put out 2 more poles, one at the very end of the fence row and one over by Ron Cavanaugh's relift. I don't expect that one to make a whole lot of difference, but since it is marked, I want to mark it again. So anyway, just trying to document. So this is the one, the first one got knocked over. It was put in the middle of the track, so I expected it to get knocked over. The one I put in the tree line, I'm going to acknowledge it is about a couple of feet over from where that one was, but I'm trying to keep it out of the way of anybody coming down this field road, if at all possible. So I will acknowledge it really should be over a couple feet. This is the best I can do right now and keep it visible. But I'm going to turn around and then we're going to drive all the way down and see all 4 of these. And I pinned these with Google Maps the day that the surveyor put all these out. I was out a couple hours after him, and so I've got on Google Maps a pin dropped at each one of these to document the date, the location, as close as my phone would get. So again, I'm not trying to stir nothing up. I'm just trying to mark the boundaries, the true boundaries, and hopefully keep everybody happy. Okay, so we've got the first one here, and as I get to each of the ones going north, I'm probably going to get out and redo the orange paint just to make sure it's got a really good coating. So there's the first one, and there are 4 of them down this road. This next one, in a way it's in the middle of the road, in a way it's not. I mean, this track is so wide, but I'm sorry, it is where it is, and that's where I need to mark it. I really can't put it anywhere else to keep it from losing it. I mean, if I move it over onto our land farther, that will become the new boundary. So I'm just gonna put a little bit more paint on it. Giving it a little bit of time to dry. Good thing is I'm not too worried about it being no drips. There's that one, and I'm gonna go on our side of it. I wish there was another one in about halfway between this one and the next one. It'd be nice, but that's not what he put out, so I'm not gonna put one where there wasn't one. I'm only replacing the wooden stakes with metal ones. Actually, this one's not too bad. It's between this 3rd one and 4th one that there's such a long distance that it's almost hard to see. If I do get to come back and put some kind of a levee or something, I may have to put a piece of white PVC pipe or something over them so I can see them far enough in the distance to keep everything straight. I really hope this doesn't seem petty or anything, but you know, I'm not trying to be a Karen. I'm not trying to complain about anybody's barking dog. I'm not complaining about how they're farming. I'm just trying to tell them, you know, what I plan on doing. And I don't plan on, I have no intention whatsoever of trying to stop them from doing what they need to do, how they need to do it. I would hope that there would be enough mutual respect that if they know I'm trying to go completely chemical free and I'm spending a lot of time and money and effort I'm having to proactively try to put up barriers to stop the chemical drift from coming onto the land. And they're going to say, well, that's farming. You grew up on a farm, you know about farming. That's what it is. But that's not what it always was. And I don't think that's what it's going to be forever, because it's going to get too expensive. Or at some point, I think the data will finally come out and be so obvious that in 3 or 4 generations, they'll look back and say, how could they have done that? How could they have knowingly, I mean, all the data that was needed is there. it's purpose. We are purposefully poisoning our land. Sorry. We are purposefully poisoning our food, which means we are purposefully poisoning our kids, and other people. Well, some of those oak trees they're still surviving. They're still surviving. I mowed this. It could use mowing again. Well, it rained, so hopefully next time I'll bring Dad's mower out. Maybe go a little faster, not a whole lot, but a little bit faster. Maybe do a better job. And then I've got to figure out what I'm going to do as a foundation. Get a couple of shipping containers out here so that I can put the lawnmower and whatever else out here without having to. Did they turn and run over my trees? This looks fresh. Fuck. I really wish they wouldn't turn out here. These tracks are after I put these. I don't understand. What part of the flags do you not get? That's the kind of stuff that will turn into us having problems.